It is 9 o'clock and we are live. Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the lag in my camera. I've got Verizon internet and it's horrible. Let's open with that.
There you go.
Good evening, everybody. I know if everybody watched the or looked at the title of tonight's episode, Fishing with Dustin. No, I was not going to be fishing with myself. I was going to be fishing with Dustin. But there's a storm that's going to be running through here shortly. And Dustin was telling me earlier he was up in the city and it was already lightning at about 5 o'clock. So I didn't want to get caught out there at 9:30 on the water with a lightning storm coming through and trying to hurry up and get everything off. It would have been a mess. So we figured we'll just have
the real reason. We'll tell the real reason later, but for now, we'll let that go for now.
Stan, you were supposed to keep that to yourself. But anyway,
I already got a big smile about the story.
Hey, looky there. We got some people coming in. We'll give everybody a few more minutes to come in. I know Chad and Chris are still yapping their gums over there. And Freddie. So everybody having a good week so far?
I'm having a great week.
I like to hear that.
Me too.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
I had troubles going to sleep last night. I was
Look, I've been there. I have been there. Joshua Parham, does Catfish Cowboy have a YouTube channel? Well, you know what?
I just started one. It's mostly shorts right now. And I got a program for editing, but I haven't got into it that far. So I got like one actual video on my YouTube. But it's edited through my iPhone, so it's kind of generic. But I am working on that, and I'll get there. I got a couple of videos up, and hopefully I get better at it soon. But starting out small right now.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
There's plenty of channels out there that they just film with their phone and edit with the phone, and like that's nothing. That's what I was gonna say. Stands, they do that. There's a bunch of channels. Mike Chavez, he does all his filming with his phone. I think. That's nothing beginner about it. Really, they just use what you got.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
There's nothing to say that you have to be out there and have a $2,000 camera or $400 camera to film. When you got a phone in your hand, it just works just as good. Sometimes even better.
Yep. Right. That's what like River Certified. Like if you ever watch Spencer's videos, the short clips that he puts in there, like the B-roll of the wildlife and different things, those are all videos that are filmed on his phone. Sometimes it's better because you can get a nice, clear, zoomed in shot with it. Something that you can't get with the GoPro.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
And
or you could be like Kevin from Palmetto Cats and really up your game and get you like a $2,000 mirrorless camera. There's all kinds of different levels to this.
Absolutely. And the more you do it, you may find that a phone works perfect for what you want to do. Or, maybe a GoPro would work better because you can wear, the chest mounted camera, or you can put it somewhere where, sometimes some people put those GoPros where there's a potential of them falling in the water. Or if you put them on a tripod and you go to cast your line, you might catch the tripod and throw it in the water. I know somebody did that once.
Yep.
I've seen that.
How could anybody drop anything in the water? I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know either.
I think Dan might have a story about his sacrifice to the James River.
I heard about that. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But yeah, sometimes you want to keep something close to your chest. You got your phone. You want to be careful. You're always careful with your phone, right? So you always carry that with you. So you always got something you can film with. Well, most people are careful with their phones.
Right. So what I've found out from my style of trying to get some sort of content is that the camera's not always rolling. So something like a GoPro might help me in that situation versus running my phone the entire time when I might be on stand day or I might be on Team Snaggin Whiskers that day. So it might be great. But as of right now, I'm just using what I have, like you said. There's nothing wrong with that.
There you go.
There's
100%.
Ed J out there. There's trophy seekers. There's that Darrell guy.
What's up,
He just got his internet back.
I heard.
So we got 922 Crappie Barbecue. We got Sampy, Charles Breckenridge, Joshua Parham, Be Wonderful, Always Awesome, Miss Burrito Catfishing Lady. Now
Hey,
for the
you're
best
talking about
live.
me. Go ahead.
Now for the best live, Dustin.
Wow.
You see that, Stan? See what she did there?
No, I couldn't see it. I was too busy talking over you. I couldn't see what she said.
I thought you were going to say you were too busy crying. You couldn't.
I was thinking the same thing. It tears in his eyes. He was so happy for me.
Nope. Sticks and stones and lies never hurt me.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Ed Jenkins out there. Good evening, Mr. Ed. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Now that I just said that, I realized what I said. Mr. Ed, the talking horse.
Name is Mr. Ed.
I'm dating myself now.
We're just up here to listen to you, Dustin. It's all good.
I don't talk very long or very, very, very well sometimes. Apache Adventures, welcome in. So I was doing an interview with Daniel 45 and he was out on the boat. Always seen were bubbles and then went black. I said, there went the phone.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've donated a couple of things to the river.
Yep. We've come real close to donating the phone during the live stream. You know, you get busy fighting a fish and then you get hit with wakes and then the tripod falls over and it can be a whole thing. But that tripod has actually saved the phone a couple times.
Yep. I've had my tripod leaning in my tripod leaning on the side of the boat with the phone dangling over the water.
Yep.
Where I've had to pull it back and stand it back up. So
exactly. Yeah, as long as you don't hook the tripod when you go to cast and throw it over your head into the river.
You know anybody that's done that, Austin?
Yeah, I know one guy that's done that.
Okay. I've never seen anybody else do it, but
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was right irritated that day. Yeah.
So Dustin,
all he's got to do is he's just got to do that one more time with one other GoPro, and he'll be just like Catfish Cowboy, and he'll be making all his videos with his phone.
Oh man. So Dustin, how long you been fishing the James River?
Well, I've always been a bass fisherman, so I started off bass fishing, and I found out kind of really quick that I would have to go upriver for bass if I really wanted to do that. But I moved here about 10 years ago, so
okay.
And then I transferred over to catfish because I just wanted bigger fish. I grew up in Texas and Oklahoma. I've already caught a 5-pound bass. And to me, that's about as big as I'm going to get unless I go to like Florida or something like that. And I like to fish the areas that I'm around. So I've transferred over to catfish because it's just so easy. Well, not easy that I've learned, but it's convenient. It's more convenient for me to go 15 minutes down the river to fish.
I hear you. So go ahead, Stan.
I was just gonna say that was almost as bad as Laura the Explorer when Creo and I had banked a boat and we're interviewing her, and she said, "Yeah, catfishing is boring. It's like, shoot, you know, this is a catfishing show. Get them off the stage.
Yeah.
So it's boring and easy now. That's apparently.
Yeah, anybody can put a piece of shrimp on a hook and catch a channel cat.
That's right. That's right.
That is true.
So everybody likes to talk about this, and I'm only asking this as a segue. But what's your biggest fish you've caught so far?
Well, last night, as a big surprise, I took out. Oh, there's the camera. This guy right here, Stan, and I caught my PB last night of a 33-pound blue catfish.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome. Congratulations.
Congrats. Yeah.
I'm still a little shaky. Hold my hands out. I'm shaking a little still.
Yeah, Stan. I went out with Stan on a Stan day and caught my PB. So that was so two of us on this panel have been caught their PBs with Stan in the boat. That's not saying anything, but
I think this must be said.
I don't know.
This must be said though. Even though it's my PB, Stan actually netted this fish for me.
no.
And
Shush. You should not have said that.
I see how it is. So he'll net that Dustin's fish, but he'll knock this Dustin's fish off the hook.
You know.
Is it on camera? Is it on camera?
Sort of.
Not really, because the phone was facing the bench of the boat, but it's there. Audio is there.
It's an audio tape. Okay.
It's that's right. That's right. It is a huge difference when you're fishing. You're live. You're fishing like stand day, or y'all are out fishing live, and you're fishing a tournament, whatever. The camera's already there. You're live. Everything, just like Dustin was saying before. Well, when all of a sudden you get the big fish and you're trying to get where's my phone? And you're trying to get I couldn't get the light to come on. So, because there was a light on in the boat, but it didn't go over the sides of the boat. And then so it's like, my technology took over, and I'm trying to turn the light on my phone. So it's just, you see the rod and dust, and then finally it's there. So I put the phone down because I learned the last time, do not try to net a fish one-handed with your phone in the other hand. So that was, one thing that I had learned. So put the phone down, and apparently I just set it down. I didn't angle it up so we could, set it so it was at least angled up or anything. But my main concern, as always, is getting the fish in the net. That was my main concern. As always.
That's a great lesson, because I lost my wife's personal best fish from trying to film me getting the fish off the anchor line.
Yeah.
One, the fish was on the anchor line. For two, I was holding a phone in my hand, and the other with the net, and it wasn't working out. So she is forever mad at me for that.
Well, you're just gonna have to go out there and break her PB with her. That's all.
Yep.
So I know I was out with my daughter one time. It was on a Snaggin' Night Live, and we were in front of the mayor's house, and the rod went down, and it was pull and drag, and I grabbed it, I pulled it out of the rod holder, and I reeled down on it a little bit, and I'm like, okay, it's on there. So I handed it to her, and she starts reeling it in. I forgot to tell her, you need to make sure you keep it out to the side of the boat so it doesn't go under the motor. Well, I hand her the rod, and she starts reeling it in, and I'm going to grab the tripod to get the camera and everything. And as soon as I grab the tripod and I turn the phone around to her, snap, the line, the fish took the line under the fin below the prop, the lower unit, and it rubbed it and it snapped the line. But it was definitely a big fish.
Well, at least we all know that it's your fault, not Kelly's.
Correct. I tell my daughter that all the time. That was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I should have been more concerned about getting the fish in the boat. But, like Stan, I had to make sure the camera was ready.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to see, if Dustin don't mind me showing his PB up here on the screen,
Yeah, go ahead.
we will. There you go.
Very nice.
I love the cowboy hat on the fish.
That's
Yeah.
That was
that
hilarious.
is just awesome. That's just an awesome idea, dude.
Yeah, you got a funny short with that, right? With a little fish. And the cowboy hat.
I give all the credit to my wife. She came up.
Oh, 922 said that's a gooder one.
Yeah, it was definitely a good. When it started turning the boat, we were trying to do some drifting, and man, that thing hit his down rod and just zoof, the boat started turning. It just went right up river. So immediately knew it was a nice fish.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Rod out of the rod holder. PB.
That's
amazing
a great feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It's almost like I'm not in the military, but I've heard the term PTSD. Hear the story, and I just get excited. So
It's amazing how much power those fish have.
yeah.
You know, like
And
if you took a rope and put it in your mouth and tied it to a boat, you know, you would not be able to move a boat like a 30-pound fish can. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. I can't stop smiling because it's
Yeah,
Well,
you'll
job.
start getting into those pretty consistently now, and then you're gonna get them bigger than that, and then once you do, Austin will catch one that's 1 pound bigger.
Yep. And then Austin will catch one that's 1 pound bigger than the one that he caught.
And then Austin's wife will catch one 20 pounds bigger. So
That's right. She's nodding her head right now. Yep. That's I'm so happy for her, but I haven't been able to put together jack squat since she's been on that boat. I think she put the bad juju on me. She fought that fish like she was like she entered a race who could bring in a tire the fastest or whatever. Like, just keep tension on the line. That fish didn't stand a chance.
7, 12. I'm not missing this one.
That's right.
We got a lot of folks out in chat. Butterflies and Sunshine, Thompson Outdoors, and more. I got a bone to pick with. He's already said, Dustin, I had to move your bathroom. That's my bathroom. I have a bathroom at Thompson Outdoors and more in Tennessee. But apparently he had to move it. What'd you do? Move it behind the store? It was already on the side of the store. Sheesh.
Across the street.
Across the street in the ditch. We got Real and Virtual Outdoors, Rowdy World. I saw Pontoon Jodi in here. Andrew, size matters. What's going on? Curtis Cunningham. I heard Stan blocked you the other night, Curtis. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I heard
kidding. Roger blocked you, though. I'm just saying.
No, he said he didn't.
What's up, Josh?
Oh man, well, thank you everybody for coming in. We really appreciate it. Like I said, we were hoping to be out on the water tonight, but you know these storms, they're not here yet, but I think they're going to be here anytime now, and it would not have been a good thing to be caught in the water, be out on the water caught in the caught in lightning storms. So, but we'll definitely, Dustin, we'll definitely get out there. Not next weekend because I'll be out of town. Or next week, but maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll get out on a Snaggin' Night Live and see if we can put in a monster in the boat because I gotta get you on a bigger fish than Stan did. Well, speaking of last night,
and then I'll let you and my wife will take you out and she'll put you on something,
Right.
It sounds like she's got the best technique. So.
Yep.
You forgot. Oh, yes, I forgot the nut. Well, look, we're building up. What is it called? It's
surplus
cinematic something. You know, I'm just building it up so that when I do give him the Nutty Buddy, he's going to be so excited. It's been like 2 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget about it. It's gonna be like aged Nutty Buddy by the time I get it.
They need
like some kind of like a foreign cheese wheel where it's been like it's been dry aged for
just
4
cut
years.
that green part off. Just cut the green part off. It's good to go.
Yeah, we'll just take the skin off. It'll be fine.
That's right. Just if anybody's curious, there's a Nutty Buddy I've had in my refrigerator for Austin from Tennessee since May. So, but it has been on ice the entire time because when I got it, I put it on ice, and then it was on ice in the cooler all the way home. Then I transferred it right to the refrigerator, so it's been cold the entire time.
It's like ordering a Nutty Buddy from Wish. Like it was the cheapest Nutty Buddy ever, but I gotta wait 2 years to get it.
Correct. Well, Stan had to wait for his meat sticks
until they were.
I mean, you got hit by a car though.
Well, there was that small detail.
You got hit by another car.
Hey, our number one fan, Gregory Lemon's in the house. How you doing, Gregory?
Hey, Gregory.
We got Chris and V from Catching Fish with us. Catch Fish with us, excuse me. Greg Burgess.
What's up?
Hey, Greg.
Joshua Parham says Catfish Cowboy needs to go to CatCon next year.
Yep.
You'll have a blast.
Fun time.
That might be possible.
There you go.
Yeah.
Troy said Nutty Buddies will make you fat. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, they're addictive, man. They're addictive.
So, real quick, and this, we're here to talk to Dustin, but I was also informed that something happened with you, Stan. What did something?
No, nothing. Nothing that I can really think of.
So, Dustin. So, what happened with Stan last night when y'all were out fishing?
I think he made a sacrifice to the James River for me. My biggest catfish yet.
There you go.
Is that what he told you? Is that what he told you?
Out of all, after I heard the story about the history of what got lost, I think it is a major sacrifice.
Who told you that story?
Well, I did, of course.
Okay, that's what it all circles back around to Stan. So, Stan, what happened last night?
Well, my main goal was just to make sure that Dustin's first night trip and stuff, and getting all that set away, and trying to go over some different things and stuff. And so that was my main concern, is making sure that we beat Dustin's PB. So that after that happened and everything, I had promised the James River. I had promised them, a sacrifice, because that's what happens. Cool. You got to sacrifice to the. So once it happened, I went to grab my rod out of the rod holder. And what had happened was I actually had a bite. I only had the one rod. I was just, but what it turned out to be was one of the original F.O.A. double Y rods that we were first sent to test them out.
Hang your head in shame.
With my loose speed cast reel on it. And yeah, so I thought I had one. I went to, and I'm trying to catch it, and it went. I mean, it didn't just hit the side rail. It just went
straight down.
Gone.
Out of your
was this
hand?
Before? Was this before or after Dustin caught his PB?
This was after. I was, they had already provided the big PB. So
Dustin, what I was getting at with that story is the sacrifice is usually made beforehand. So Stan's story was just that.
That's what a story is. There's some details added. There's some left out. That's how a story goes. That's how you tell stories. You got to leave some things in and out. That's how it works.
Oh boy.
I felt really bad. I tried to get it, but it was gone.
Oh yeah, it was gone. That thing just shoof.
Look,
so I guess I did. Go ahead, Dustin.
No, I was gonna say I can say something about that only because when I was in Tennessee at the gathering, I went out with Palmetto and Don Knight, and I went to grab the rod and out of the rod holder because it got a bite, and it popped out of my hands and almost went into the water, but I reached down with my index finger and caught the line right in front of the reel. And I was able to hold. Oh, hello, kitty cat. Your cat misses me.
Yeah, you know. Say hello.
Hey, meow. So I caught the line right in front of the reel and pulled it up, and was able to save the rod. So I'm a little faster than Stan, is what I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah. It was a rough night. It was a lot of fun though.
It was super humid. It just rained right before we got out, and just the road right before the river. I couldn't keep the windshield wipers going fast enough to keep the humidity off the window.
Oh, it was humid as heck. It was still 90-something degrees, and it was dark out already. It was nuts.
Oh, here we go. Hold on. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? And she says, so let me see if I have this right. Not only can Stan not be trusted with netting fish, but now he can't be trusted to get rods out of the rod holders either.
Well, in my defense, it was a Scotty rod holder and not a monster rod holder.
Oh, here we go.
Monster rod holder would have never done that. But
here we go.
So that's saying when he says in my defense, what he says is the excuse is.
No. What had happened was
I talked about me wanting monster rod holders, and then he's my passengers. I have rod holders out back, but not where he was.
What Stan just said was, if Dustin had better rod holders.
No, not at all. Not at all. That was not the direction I was going with, per se.
Per se.
No, it was just these. It was just the big sausages, and just you bump into one way, and I don't just kind of popped, and I was like this, and it would go on like. What the hell? I'm like, I've heard people, losing the rods, and I'm like, oh, come on, how did that really? No, it does. Like you go to grab the handle, you just miss it, and it throws, and it boop boop boop. You're like, it was like you were juggling, and it was just gone. Doom.
Anybody else notice when Stan gets nervous, he talks a lot?
I don't know why you're saying that. I don't think I talk that much at all. I just sit here kind of quiet. I'm not really even that nervous right now.
Means he's always nervous.
Yep. Rhonda said, Dustin, remember Mama always said a poor excuse is better than none at all.
That's true. You gotta but that's what happened.
But that's really what happened, I swear. Hey, David Bassboat Hughes, what's going on? Welcome in. Appreciate y'all coming in over from the nightcap of the bait shop.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that was just the losing one of the original F.O.A. rods. That was the worst part of it. But
yeah, that sucks.
But how many fish we've caught with that thing? How many big fish? So it's definitely it went out doing what it loved, catching big fish. So
yep.
It only never mind. I won't be mean. River Cat, what's going on?
We need to have a moment of silence at the end of the live stream for that rod.
That's right.
Oh, wow, Randy. Oh, gray hair Swain said, like Buck said, if it had been a snack cake, Stan would have been faster. Or a can of Mountain Dew.
Woo. Yeah, the Mountain Dew would have never hit the
Wow.
water, that's for sure.
He would have slapped that thing on its bottom and
That's
caught
like
it in midair.
That's like let's see, Catfish Dog Tim and Retired Rick were fishing the other day, and they were live, and I watched them for a little while, and then I think I fell asleep or something. But then listening to Rick the next day, he was talking about it, and Tim, there was a mouse on the boat, and Tim went to go swat at that mouse, and I think he knocked a whole sandwich and a drink and maybe his phone into the river when he went to smack that mouse.
Oh my goodness.
It was like a
Wow.
whole thing. Like, I think he went to smack it once and missed it and ended up hitting the sandwich, and then went to smack it again and hit a bunch of other stuff. And it was like, I bet that was kind of funny in person. Maybe not for
And it's
him.
like, I had enough of this, and pulls it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yep. Rick's over there like Bugs Bunny, putting his fingers in the, you know.
And then, of course, the water flows through your fingers, so then his head would blow up like this.
Yep. It starts coming out of his ears.
Yeah. No, we didn't watch cartoons when we were younger.
No, not at all.
Stan, Lisa wanted to make sure that you knew she had nothing to do with that comment.
No, okay, all right. Thank you,
I
Lisa.
didn't believe you, Lisa. QC Brian, what's going on? Good evening, everyone. So, Dustin, do you have any funny fish stories to tell other than fishing with Stan and him losing a rod?
Maybe not funny, but probably one of my most memorable experiences as fishing was when my uncle was taking me around, teaching me how to do what I do for a living, which is tile. And every time we got a chance for a break, we would go out fishing. And one day we went out fishing, and you could like spot sight the bass in the water. And we were fishing together, and he threw out a what was that bait? I forgot what it was, honestly, but it had 2 treble hooks on it, and he caught 2 5-pound bass off of one.
Wow.
We always talking about getting stuff on film, and this was before, well, not really before, but like flip phone, the cameras weren't that great. But my uncle yelled, "Go get the camera! Go get the camera!" And back there, and then it was one of those little small cameras, and I filmed it. And
wow.
it was pretty great experience. I really liked that a lot. Other than getting hooked by friends in the neck, bass fishing
Yeah.
on the lake, 2 people throwing lures and getting hooked in the neck.
Sounds like fishing with Stan.
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
I
about
was
to
going to say that pretty much because I had my camera, and I'm like, "Come on, camera flat. Where's the light? Where's the light?"
Yeah, I've never do those videos, but it's still great. You can hear the camaraderie and how excited I was, and I'm sure I can make something out of it. So for that soon, I'm sure at least a couple of shorts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
So you have any plans for the remainder of this year going into 2025 as far as fishing goes?
I'm just open to learning anything and everything. I know Stan might teach me one way, but you're also going to teach me another way when we go out. I mean, I've already fished with both of y'all, but everybody's got their own little technique in their own ways because they were successful doing it that way. And I'm very open to learning and just basically about everything that I learn. If I'm working on a vehicle or anything, I don't watch one video. I don't listen to one person. I kind of get the group effort in and find out what is common between everybody.
Yeah.
And so basically, I just want to learn. I want to learn more and catch bigger fish.
There you go.
Well, if you want to, yeah, then if you want to learn how to catch bigger fish, then take Austin up on his offer and go out with fishing with his wife. She'll get you on some big fish.
That is true. Thank you, Dustin.
Absolutely, I'm here for you.
Again, I have the same goal. I would like to go fishing more with my wife and learn more and going into 2025.
Well, that's a great goal to have, Austin.
Yeah, it is. That's a good goal there, Dustin.
Lisa said, Dustin, just remember, when fishing with Stan, you will know what not to do.
Wow.
Which is just as important as knowing what to do. It's all.
That's right.
You know,
I sacrifice.
Yeah.
You'll see me do a lot of things like that I sacrifice, and I'll do the wrong thing just to show you how that doesn't work. And I do that on purpose, just for those reasons. And, it's not easy. It's not easy, but somebody's got to do it.
Why do you think Stan 3's so good at what he does? He's been watching his dad for years and doing everything the wrong way.
No, but it was like I was telling Dustin last night. It's just the people that you see consistently catching bigger fish are willing to do new things. They're always learning new things. And it's just the little things. Like you have a base knowledge of catfish. Well, the more you learn about blue cats, flatheads, channels, and you'll learn a little bit more of, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And sometimes it's as much as just having the right bait or being 20 foot different, being 20 foot closer to you're out in the main channel, you need to be to the ledge, just learning where fish are at different points. And it's just by, going out there and doing it.
I think that's a great example because every time I've gone out recently trying to cast net for bait, I've been catching pretty small bluegill. And not as much shad as I used to be. And then yesterday, before we went out, Stan took me to a undisclosed location. And we caught us some bluegill. And typically, shad, when I cut them, they're pretty good chunks. And these bluegills I caught were not big chunks, so we put them out whole. And from catching the bait with the cast net, when all I was catching was bluegill, and me catching my PB off of bluegill is telling me that they're feeding off those bluegill that are there right now.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking for. As far as that night went. But.
Yeah, I know. Stan and I have been out many a times, more so last year. But there's been nights where we go out and we catch a whole bunch of shad in the either the gill net or the cast net, and we catch a few white perch. And we put the shad on the net or on the hook for most of the time, and then we throw out one white perch, and that's all they'll hit is the white perch. They won't touch the shad. But then like a week later, you throw out all white perch because that's what they were hitting the previous week, and you have one or two out there with shad, and they don't want the white perch. They go after the shad every time.
Yeah.
So you just gotta. That's why we always say put out a buffet. So when you're first starting out, wherever you're at, put out. If you have the ability to put out white perch, bluegill, shad, even a threadfin shad, and then let them tell you what they're eating that night, and then you can change all your hooks to those.
Yep.
That definitely sounds good.
Troy, just to answer your question, it's when Stan's up here, it's always a roast 2 Stan's night.
There you go.
He's got broad shoulders. He can handle it.
That's right. I can take it.
We had to console him a little bit after the live, but he'll be okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
They send me a Mountain Dew and
a pair of diapers.
I cry into the wall and the bonnet. Don't forget the
and the bonnet.
Handmade bonnet. Thank you, Kelly. No, seriously, I just I've said it a bunch of times. I like being part of it. And I was almost not even gonna bring the rod out last night. But I haven't been fishing for a while myself. So I'm like, all right, I'll do one rod. I'll have my one rod here. And all I used was chicken because I wanted, all the wanted him to have the bluegill and everything. And I got a good hit. Like I don't know what it would have been, but it was probably a nice fish. I hope so. That it had to be probably 122 pounder to take the F.O.A. rod like that. That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah, so it was a huge sacrifice. Not only did I lose the rod, the original F.O.A. rod, but 122 pound blue cat. Yeah.
As quick as that pole went down, it was a good fish. But that's just my benefit to you. I think it was a great fish.
Yeah.
Well, Austin, when Austin and I were out there for the tournament last weekend, we were, my boat had no power, so it was hard to see the rods. But one of the rods went down, and the line snapped, and the pole came back up. It had to be a fish because we didn't feel anything get hung up. So something hit that rod and snapped the line.
It happens. It happened so quick. I did, there wasn't anything we could do about it.
Yep. So there's some big fish there.
All we saw was the rod, like bungee cord up, spring up. It's like, what the heck was that?
And there's a great comment by QC Brian. Watching all you guys and gals helped me catch my first blue catfish last week. Congratulations. That is man, I tell you, that's what's great about catfish. There's so many different levels to celebrate. You get your PBs, you get your first ones, your first flatheads, blue cats, whatever. Double digit fish. There's just so many. It's like Dustin was saying before, you go bass fishing, and it's okay at first, and say, oh, that's pretty cool. And you catch. The goal is to catch like a double digit. Well, unless you're going down there with small water charters down into Florida and stuff, you could fish your whole lifetime and never get one double digit bass.
Oh yeah.
And you could go out and use double digit bass for bait for catfish. So it's I find that catfishing being right here, maybe because we're right here by the James, the best, in my opinion, one of the best catfish rivers in the country. But
Absolutely.
So but it depends on what you're going for. Some people just get excited about going out and catching fish. So you get some double rigs out and night crawlers and shrimp and chicken liver, whatever, and you go out and catch a bunch of 3-4 pound fish and you have a blast. It's just whatever, I don't know, whatever gets you excited. That's the main thing. When you see people talking about what they like, you see them get excited. And that's whether it's bigger fish, most fish, just catching your first blue. I think that's just awesome.
What do you always say, Stan? It's not the size of the fish, but the size of the excitement.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, congrats to Brian.
Absolutely. And thank you for reading that comment. I saw that earlier, but then I got caught up in another conversation. So thank you for pointing that out. I wanted to say something too.
I've done it once or twice before.
I know. Troy said, talking about us roasting you, Stan, he said, cut him some break. He lost his hair, whooping his head too much.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't realize how much hair, how much that kept brain cells in and ideas, because now it's like it's gone. Like
oh, is that what the problem is? Crap.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I have to remember that. What were we talking about?
There you go. That's built in. What had happened was I had no hair, so there was nothing to keep the ideas in. They just
Lance, don't give it away. That's what I'm getting him for Christmas.
QC Brian, that was my PB before my new PB last night. Mine was 14.9 before last night. So I hope you're the best.
That's awesome. Lisa said, "Unless you are me, I don't get excited when I catch a fish. Ask Randy." Hey, welcome, good Hook Colorado Jay. By the way, Broncos 3-0 in preseason, baby. Here we go. Thank you. I appreciate y'all's excitement. I really do. It means a lot.
Honey, get the champagne.
Oh, looky there. It's OG Sean White said, hip, hip, hooray. OG is in the house. Hello, Mr. Clean's brother, and the gang stand in the house. What's up?
Right. OG's
What's up,
here.
Sean?
Now we can catch fish.
Well, then Dustin leaves. Sheesh. OG
Yeah.
comes in, Dustin walks away. Oh,
Good to
there
see
he
you,
is.
Mark.
Hey, Mark, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Hey, Mark.
I've got a little bit of show and tell from my PB last night.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you got that. That was pretty cool.
Nice. Oh, look at that hook. I've had a hook do just that.
I could not get it out its lip. It took me all night.
I wonder why.
The funny thing is, what kind of hook is that?
Probably what is it? A good Godachu? I don't know the
A
word.
Daiachi or a
A
Gamakatsu?
Daiachi or a Gamakatsu?
Yeah.
If it's a Gamakatsu, I have a Gamakatsu hook that did the exact same thing. We were Sean and I, my fishing partner Sean and I were out on Jodi's show. We caught a 32-pounder, and I had a heck of a time getting it out. When I did, it was just like that. I still have that hook. It's in my tackle box.
I found it in the boat this morning when I was trying to get prepared for tonight, charging the battery, and I hung it up. I got a marlin and a trout trophy fish up there. The marlin's not mine.
Dustin, I thought you picked up some storytelling for me last night. Yeah, that you should have saw. Marlin was before we had video, and I fought that thing for 2 hours and 22 minutes, and man, it was.
It sounds like an
I
awful
could
familiar
go on about
story.
Dustin's Marlin story if he wants me to. I'm just saying.
Hey, Austin, I think he just switched the word marlin or sturgeon for marlin in that story. I think that's all it was. He's so used to telling that story.
Just keep doing what you're doing,
Absolutely.
Dustin. Let Stan take care of this storytelling. He does enough of it for everybody.
That's right. That's right.
Why do you think Stan 3 doesn't talk that much?
Yeah.
See there? There you go.
I think you need to blame Stan 3 for losing that rod last night. 'Cause Stan 3 has plenty of those rod leashes from Mad Cats from winning, coming in second or whatever in the weekly thing,
Yeah.
He's got plenty of those. You could have used one of those.
I should have taken one from the boat, but when I touch stuff on the boat, he gets a little. It's my boat. Like I lose anything.
You don't lose it.
So then he should know I would lose something, and I could have borrowed one of the leashes, and then I wouldn't have lost it. See, I think you're right. Austin.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Sean White. My hair will be. I will cut my hair again shortly, if not tonight, tomorrow. So Dustin doesn't have to cut his hair; it's natural.
That's why I wear.
That's pretty bad. I got almost the longest hair on here tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need a haircut bad.
Just cut the one right there.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple stray unicorn.
Yep, that's the one. That's the one
going on up here where my forehead, where the hairline used to be. It's like when a coastline floods and a mile out there, there's one tree because it used to be the highest point.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we got going on here.
So real quick, I wanted to bring this up too. So September 28th, if anybody's interested, we are doing. If anybody watched last weekend, we did a Can You Beat Darrell tournament to raise money for JG. And I think we did a fantastic job. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was $4,020 or $4,024, something like that.
240.
4,240.
That's right. That's why I had to shave my head.
I was close. I was only off by 200. So, and that was a success. And unfortunately, the only person that beat Darrell was Creo. And if somebody didn't make sure of that, I was going to make sure of that. But I didn't have to. Creo did a lot of that on his own, but he had some help there at the end. But on the 28th of September, if anybody's familiar with the organization, the Operation Vets with Nets, Darrell is putting on another tournament. It's called Can You Beat King Creo? It's a $10 entry fee. First place wins $400. Second place wins $200. Third place is $100. And it's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like I said, September 28th. It's a $10 entry fee, and everybody's out there trying to beat Creo. And that's going to be a fun tournament. All the proceeds will go to Operation Vets with Nets. They're working on a new wheelchair accessible pontoon boat. And so they're gonna use the funds to help finish that build, I believe. So, if anybody's interested in fishing that, reach out to Trophy Seeker Outdoors, Darrell, and let him know. Like I said, $10 entry fee. He'll give you the information as for where to send that. But if anybody's interested, please reach out, let him know. Right now, we have 2 people hosting, 2 channels that'll be hosting. One will be right here on Team Snag and Whiskers, and then the other will be Two Stands Fishing. So I think we might have a third channel. I'm not sure yet. I don't know where we stand numbers wise, but hopefully there's 4 channels.
We are probably going to end up with 4 channels. Right now we have 20. Right now we have 22 people signed up to fish. Last I had heard. So that means we definitely need at least one more. I know apparently Darrell's been asking a lot of people because everybody I've been talking to said, I already told Darrell no.
Randy said,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll talk with Darrell about that, and we'll so we are going to be recruiting 2 more hosts. One definitely, and the second one to be on standby.
Yeah, I think Darrell put a comment in there earlier saying that they were looking for at least 8 more anglers.
Yep. The goal was to get to 30.
Yeah.
I know, Lisa. I'll do whatever I can to make sure that happens.
What the what?
That's right. Randy wanted to make sure if you get if you have a vet with you on the boat, you get a 22-pound bonus. It's not per vet, but I believe it's one. If you have a vet with you on the boat, you get at least one vet. You get 22 pounds added to your score. Troy, that I don't know. If Ed's still out there, he might be able to tell us if there's anywhere they can donate for towards that wheelchair accessible boat. I don't know if Ed Jenkins is still out there, but he would be a great person to ask. But Troy, what I'll do is I'll see if I can find that out for you, and I'll let you know.
But we are also, Darrell will be with me tomorrow. Darrell will be with me tomorrow, and we are also doing the raffle for JG. But Darrell will be up there tomorrow, so if you tune in tomorrow night, we can put that on there also.
Awesome. Operation Vets with Net is a great organization. It helps get vets out there on the water. I know when I'm out there on the water, it helped. I kind of stopped thinking about everything else that's going on in my life. And I'm just out there fishing, having fun, having a good time. So, and I know that it helps a lot of other people too. Let me help Stan there. See, I'm helping Stan, a vet.
There you go.
Operations Vets with Nets. It's a great cause, great organization, and we're gonna have fun with this tournament out there, just trying to beat Creo. Hopefully, he doesn't pull in another 70-pounder. No, hopefully he does. Hopefully, he pulls in another 70-pounder. That would be awesome. Hey, Uptown, Miss Uptown and Christy Brown, welcome in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring Mrs. Fever out there in order to compete.
Yep.
It's a darn shame.
We've got.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is, Austin.
I'm glad you think that.
Oh,
proper day.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's a great thing that they got going on over there.
And I tell you,
I
got my hair. Now that I got my hair cut, I can go back to 2. Just gotta have two things in there.
Yep.
There we go.
Just imagine if just imagine if Dustin had long hair, the OG Dustin. If he had long hair, he'd have to wear like a 5-gallon bucket.
He'd have to do this and then put the duct tape back in.
Yeah, you'd have to put fishing. You'd have to tie it together with fishing line.
There you go.
Power line. F.O.A. power line for the win.
That's right.
No, Ed Jenkins actually at the gathering. I gave my hat that Stan was wearing that I got when we fished Operation Nest tournament that one time. Anyway, I handed that to my wife because the hat she was wearing was black and it was hot outside, so it was hotter. So I gave her the white hat that I had, and Ed Jenkins walked over and gave me the new tan camo hat, and that hat is actually. I can actually go down to 4. I can go all the way to 4 dots on the back, and it fits my head perfectly.
Wow.
It's an Adams hat. Yeah, I know. I was just as surprised. I got a huge head.
You got that at the Big and Tall store.
Yes. Oh man. QC Brian said, where can someone get a Nets for Vets hat at cost? Oh, and cost. OperationVetsWithNets.org or .net?
I think it's the one that Randy put up there. I think there's another organization that's called Vets with Nets, and they do tournaments. This is Operation Vets with Nets, where it's captains across the country that vets can put in for a trip, and they get a veteran in that area or as close by as possible. And
it's OperationVetsWithNets.org.
.org.
Thank you.
And if you click, they have a link, and if you click the shop link on their website, it brings you to a Operation Vets with Nets Shopify page, and looks like they've got a hat on there for $27.99, and they also have some hooks, t-shirts, hoodies, stickers.
There should be jerseys on there too. I don't know if that has finished yet or not, but
yep. They got it. They got new jerseys on there. They got the Pay Lakes jersey. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Wait
a minute with the Pay Lake jersey though. So people don't get excited. I thought the same thing the other night. I'm like, Pay Lake, you get the Pay Lake jersey. On the sleeve it says something like Pay Lake suck or something. So it's not a pro Pay Lake jersey. It's a anti pro Lake or Pay Lake.
But to Troy, just to answer your question, if you go to OperationVetsWithNets.org, there is right there on the front of it is a donate button. I'm not sure if you can specifically say donate to the boat, the wheelchair accessible boat, but there is a donate button right there on the front of that page if you are wanting to go donate to that organization. Josh said, I have 2 vets, maybe 3 fishing with me. Is that 60? Nope. Like I said, you get 22 pounds for 1 or more vets with you. Nice try, Josh, says Lisa.
Yep. There you go. There's the Shopify page with the shirts and the hoodies, and they got hooks, hats, logos, the jerseys like we were talking about. They also got SmackDown rod holders on there if you want to get some of those.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Appreciate you bringing that up, Austin.
Yep.
And Troy, on there should be an email or something to get in touch with Rich personally, and that's the founder of Operation Bets with Nets, and he could definitely take care of it. I'm sure there's a way that he'd be able to put the donation towards what you want.
Absolutely. And there's a link in the chat. Thank you, 922, for putting that in there. If anybody wants to click on that, that should take you straight to that website. But in saying that, it is 10 o'clock. Dustin, I just want to thank you for coming up and spending some time with us tonight. Too bad we weren't able to get out on the water, but we'll get out there soon, I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's always a day we don't want to risk our safety, so we'll make another day.
Absolutely. Yep. I risked my safety a while back, and it didn't turn out too well for me, but not for lightning. It was, but thank you everybody in chat for coming in. Stan, Austin, anything you want to say before we head out of here?
Good job, Dustin, on that new PB. I'm happy for you, bud.
Oh. Yeah. Wrong Dustin, sorry.
Yeah, wrong Dustin. Yeah, not you.
I'm always looking for the next one, just like everybody else. But for right now, I'm happy.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, maybe someday me and you will go out. You went out with Stan before I know. Look at him. I know. I need to get Stan out there too. So
only after you get Dustin out there.
A whole list of people.
Austin's like, yeah, I'll take you. Oh yeah, Stan. Yeah. Well, you're number 2 on the list. I promise. You're the next one. You're the next one after we get. Hey, let me take you.
Stan, just remember, you're always number 2.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, right. What else do you want to be?
Hey, nothing. That's. I'm just glad to be out there, part of it, and that's. Dustin, great job last night. I know you haven't done a lot of night trips yet. But you did a great job captaining the boat and catching the bait, and just real happy for your continued success. And, like I said, it starts with a base, and then just little things from there, and you're well on your way. The next ones are going to be, I guarantee you, within the next couple of weeks, you're beating the 33 and you're up even higher than that. So keep doing what you're doing. And I just couldn't be happier to just be a part of it.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about that. The whole purpose of last night was me asking between you and Dustin for me to go out for my first time at night fishing, and the wife isn't too comfortable being on the water at night. And I asked both of y'all if y'all are willing to go, and y'all jumped on it, and I appreciate that. And honestly, without that, I wouldn't have that new TV. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we try to help each other out as much as possible. And on that note, Curtis Cunningham said, "This is such a good show, the best. I had a horrible week, and watching this show was one smile I allowed myself." Well, awesome. I'm sorry you had such a horrible week, but thank you for coming in, and we're so glad you enjoyed the show.
Yep. Hope your week gets better there, Curtis.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
With most of us, feel free to get in touch with us if you need somebody to talk to. We're almost all willing to just it may take me a minute to get back to you, but
or 3 days.
We all when we do this stuff, and we do so much of this and talk to everybody, like, you really do become part of the family. And we hear somebody's upset or somebody's got an issue, it's like we genuinely have the concern and the we feel for you. So yeah, if there's anything that we can do, somebody to talk to, feel free to reach out to somebody.
Absolutely. On that note, thank you all so much for coming to the chat. We really appreciate you. We do this for you. Don't forget to go check out F.O.A. Customsandgear.com. You can use TSW 10, Fever 10, 2 stands 10, fields to FTW10, JDog10. You just use a code. Go check out F.O.A. customsandgear.com. Get all your fishing needs done there. That's right. Keep counting. Stan, don't forget to take off your shoes. And then go check out ancientmarinerfishing.net, or you can get your Ancient Mariner reels or gear at Rivercats Tackle. You can use some codes there. I think DSO10 has a code, 92210. Too many numbers in that one. But anyway, Stan, do you have a code for there too?
2 stands 10, you know.
Okay, well there you go.
Try to keep the same, but 92210. That's the easiest one. It's all numbers. You don't even got to switch the screens.
That's right.
That's right. But go check out all that awesome gear and get out there on the water, have some fun, be safe, and we will see everybody tomorrow night on just one of those other shows. I'm just kidding. Check out 2 Stands Fishing tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pontoon Jodi's Flathead Challenge tomorrow night, 9 p.m. to midnight. I will be there hosting. And then we'll catch everybody. If we don't see everybody soon, we'll see you Stand Day Sunday morning, 9 o'clock.
Holy crap, there's not a tournament this weekend.
I know.
What
I know
what?
it. And football season starts next week. Go Broncos. Later, everybody.
Deuces. Good job, by the way.